Yeah.
Hello there. Hey, thank you for joining us today. I'm going to share my screen. And hopefully you can see my screen now. We're going to go over 5 steps to creating a 2022 MSP marketing plan for the real world. I'm going to make sure that you can see my screen. Yes, great, perfect. All right. I can't see, so I'm just going to assume we are going and we're recording. Okay, so here's what we're going to cover in our agenda today. We're going to tell you a little bit about your speakers today, and why we're here talking to you. We want to talk a little bit about why spend time on a marketing plan and why it's worth your investment of time and money. 5 steps to follow to create a marketing plan, and then we'll review those steps again in an action list, and I have several resources to share. We hope to do this in 20 minutes to keep it moving. Okay, so today's webinar is presented by me, Margee Moore. I'm with BigOrange Marketing. Here's an image of our leadership team here. We individually all have 15 years plus of marketing experience. We've helped dozens of clients win millions of dollars in business. We're a HubSpot partner and we are Storybrand Certified. But enough about us and why we are here talking to you today. All right. So anyway, why invest time in a marketing plan? Really 5 reasons. Focus. It's going to force you to think and put things down on paper. It then gives you a focus plan that you can check back against regularly, what progress you're making, and are you fulfilling the things that you put down in your plan. It helps you to align resources and spend money and time more wisely. It provides clarity and alignment for your team and your actions. It helps align what you need to do first, second, and third. Proactive. It also helps you be proactive and plan out your year. A marketing plan should also include measurable goals, and it will help you achieve your financial goals for your firm, for your team, for your clients. And also, we like to say, if you don't know where you're going, you won't know when you get there. Or if you don't know where you're going, you won't get anywhere. You will just be running in circles. All right. Items that we include in a marketing plan. We want to keep our marketing plan simple. We want to include a goals, or in other words, a sales forecast and goals, really both. Strategy, 1 to 2 sentences about your marketing strategy. You want to talk about your target market, a budget, calendar, and controls to implement the things that are in your plan, tactics, and then measurements. All should be part of your marketing plan. Okay. One of the things to consider when you start to plan a marketing plan is to look around at trends in the managed service provider industry. And we also want to look at marketing trends. HubSpot always puts out their annual marketing report at this time. These are the 12 top key points that take away from that report this year. I've highlighted some of the ones that I think make the most difference for what we're talking about today. Video is going to continue to be part of the plan, and short video content is a very important part of the plan. And notice it doesn't say add video. It's really assuming video is now table stakes. So think about that. Mobile optimization, I didn't even highlight that because I think that's also table stakes. Moving on to the other highlighted points here. Companies are going to continue to prioritize social responsibility. If you're thinking about things like nonprofits that you support, this would be the year to go ahead and put some of that into action. Experiential marketing could make a comeback. Where that applies to MSPs is, events such as, chamber meetings and things like that. Start to put that back into your plans for 2022. SEO is very important for getting that search traffic to be found in the first place. That's really got to continue. Virtual events are going to continue, but brands are going to invest less in the virtual events because the live events are coming back, but virtual is going to continue to be a component of everything. Also important for MSPs, inbound marketing is going to remain a best practice for growing brands, being found for what you're selling, converting those inbound leads, inbound visitors to leads, continue inbound marketing. Other last point I highlighted, ABM, account-based marketing, that's going to help align sales and marketing teams. So that's just a recap of the trends. Chose this image because I think the furry red coat is a trend we could perhaps all ignore. Okay, so marketing tactics. So just high level tactics. Tactics are these types of things. Inbound marketing tactics include things like your website, your organic SEO content, video content, email marketing, social media, paid social, Google ads, categorizing all of that as inbound. You also want to consider outbound, sales targeting, lists, email automation, and then marketing supporting that outbound work as part of your plan. We're going to talk a little bit less about outbound today. We're really going to concentrate on inbound. Off-page, don't forget to put off-page things, non-digital things, conferences, talks, chambers, print pieces like brochures and stuff. Don't forget those things. Radio, perhaps, PR, definitely for those link back strategies. Technology is also should be part of your considerations, a CRM system for marketing automation. And then support. If you're considering hiring a marketing firm or a web developer, make sure to put that in your plans and your budget. And now for the 5 steps to help you create your 2022 marketing plan. Okay, so step 1, goals. Start with defining the 2022 goals based on looking at the 2021 results. So as a business, your overall, your leadership team, or if you are the leadership team, there are overall business goals. So understand the overall business goals. Then financial forecasting should really start with the sales team's review of their current year results, things like closed deals, number of seats that was per month, the average deal size, what types of firms those were that closed. Sales then should look at forecasting what they expect to happen in 2022 numerically with talking details on things like closed sales, discovery, which then backs into, if we're hoping to have this many closed sales, that backs into this many first-time appointments, this many discovery calls, this many leads, and then marketing helps back that into this much traffic. Also, when we're talking about goals, marketing, as you get to around this time of year, should start reviewing the analytics that supported those 2021 results. Things like how much traffic was there? How much did that traffic convert into leads? Where did those leads come from? What percent were organic? What percent were paid search campaigns? Which campaigns did those really come from? And, what terms were the most, what terms from a search perspective are you winning for? Little example here, made up or, based on a composite of talking to a lot of different clients this week, but perhaps up at the top, there is a desire to increase top line revenue 15%. This translates into a goal of adding 90 new seats per month. We average 30 seats per customer historically. In 2021, perhaps we added 70 seats per month, which was maybe an average of 2.5 net new customers per month. We want to close 3 clients per month in 2022. That means we need X number of FTAs to get to so many closed deals, etc. So that's the type of conversations that we should be having to come up with those goals and to write them down. All right. Step 2 in coming up with a marketing plan, really target. So understand your target market and your ideal customers. Review your best customers. What are those parameters of those ideal customers? Is it revenue size based? Is it number of employees? Is it when they have internal IT or co-managed IT? What was the need they had when they came to you originally? Was it being unhappy with their current IT service provider? Was it that a breach, or did someone leave the company? Did someone get fired? What were those original things that brought them to you? Then look at industries. Like, what industries do you work well with? In 2022, segmenting and targeting by industries with such a busy and competitive field is going to start to be important. So do look at, what segments do you work well with, and think about that for planning out quarterly thoughts. If you haven't already, develop personas to help you clarify your messaging of how you help to solve their problems. And then using EOS type of language, the entrepreneur operating system, write out your target market and, make plans for what they call building your list. Those conversations should look something like, our target firms are 50 to 500 employee firms in our region, and in the financial services, healthcare, manufacturing industries with greater than 20 million in annual revenue. Our target personas are small, medium business owner Bob, IT director of a mid-sized firm Derek, and accidental IT CFO Amy. These are just examples of what those conversations could be like when you start to, define your target for 2022. All right. Step 3 is to assess. Sales and marketing should get together and assess what worked and align on those goals that we have talked about in the first 2 steps. And also, it's a time to start talking about budget. So meet as a sales and marketing team to review those industry trends and those marketing trends together. Review the marketing tactics that led to the best return on investment for you in 2021. Marketing should be able to look at that and analyze it, especially when you're using a good, robust CRM system. Keep in mind, you will need multiple marketing tactics to work together, from a search optimized website to a content plan to paid social, Google Ads, and being active in social, for example, to reach those growth goals. It's not going to be like just this one thing and we continue just this one thing. So then review the 2021 budget and spending that led to those 2021 results. If your 2022 goals are 20% higher, does the budget match that 20% increase? Because it should. All right. So this is roughly just noodling on what a conversation like that could sound like. Our best performing search pages are our homepage, of course, and our cloud services page for small businesses. Strong posts included that brought us traffic included, these article series we had on ransomware attacks. These pages had a 1% conversion rate of visitors to leads. Maybe something like paid campaigns led to a conversion rate of visitors to leads of 1%. And that turned into, with a robust CRM, we could see that was a return on investment of 2 times that paid campaigns spent. We decided financial services firms are something we're going to target in the first quarter. So we want to develop an inbound strategy around, maybe a compliance checklist for financial services firms, or, something like that. And then looking at, 2021 marketing qualified leads that marketing delivered were such and such number year to date. If those were converted to closed deals at a rate of 25%, and our average lifetime value is, 150,000 or so, then you start to do the math, and in your spreadsheets, and have those conversations of where we should spend our time and money in 2022, which leads us to the next part of setting a marketing plan for 2022 is tactics. So look at the tactics, tactic by tactic, of that helped you get found and that converted those visitors to leads. We're going to talk about each tactic by tactic. So I think this is hopefully going to be very valuable. So always remember that your website is your hub, and does it reflect your authentic nature so that people want to engage with you? And is your website built to convert. I mentioned the website first and foremost because it has to be in place before you start even other tactics. Are you being found for the terms that people search for when they look for what you're selling? Are you active in those places where your target market is online? Are you active in those places where your target market is in the real world? For example, financial services firms, CPA firms, they have, regularly scheduled trade meetings, trade association type meetings, throughout your city. Just like for marketing, the American Marketing Association has, monthly meetings. Same is true for the types of firms you're targeting. And then we're going to review our top tactics in order of importance here. So first of all, website. If you haven't already, investing in a website that clearly shows how you solve your customers' problems and is built to convert the inbound methodology and capturing those leads efficiently is important. It should show authentic images of what it's like to you, plus aspirational images of happy, smiling customers. Your website should be optimized for search, key terms for your region. Conversion paths should be there to capture those leads so that you can nurture those leads. Next, most important strategy to consider is SEO and content marketing, content plans. So if your website's in place, you need a content plan to continue to build on those key search terms. And sales needs content to nurture those leads to become customers. And then leaders need new items and new content to share to stay relevant thought leaders. In addition to the search reasons to have content. So commit to a content plan of nurture thought leader content, something that you can sustain. Start with maybe one blog post or video or both together once a month. And then really, ideally, we tell a lot of people, once per week is really a great cadence, twice per week. But I realize that sounds a little scary. So all content should chip away at your keyword plan. And also consider a long tail location-based strategy if you're in growth mode, or if you're a company where you're really not achieving like Cincinnati IT support, Cincinnati cloud services. If you're not achieving those main core terms that we're all looking to achieve, do consider longer tail strategy like Cincinnati Office 365 provider, Cincinnati Azure consultant, those types of additional content pages should be part of your strategy. And I do have this ordered in order of importance. I think it's very important. Email marketing. I'm talking about both an email newsletter and email nurture campaigns and sales sequences here. I'm talking about email in general. These things help keep you engage your prospects, and they also help keep your clients informed and engaged. An email newsletter is an easy way to share that content you're creating. If it doesn't get read every time, it still keeps you top of mind because your name is in their inbox. Email nurture campaigns are essential to managing those leads and bringing them to become customers. Sales teams need pre-written sequences or email marketing automation to reach out to the prospects that they are targeting through their outbound work. Social media, recent statistics, 75% of B2B buyers use social media when making a purchase. 75%. So, you think about business, we're talking business leaders. So business leaders, those business owners, they are checking out your social media, and then they're asking their peers, who did you use? So you have to be present and relevant to build that confidence and that credibility in your services. And then also, always keep in mind that your Google ranking is based on many factors, of which the social media authority and the link backs from your social media matter. Next strategy to really think about and consider is sales funnels. Customers do the majority of learning about you online before they reach out to you. I think it's 57% of their buyer's journey is complete before they reach out. So people aren't always ready to reach out, so they want to learn more. So sales funnels allow you to capture leads and are an essential part of the inbound methodology. They want to be educated. They don't want to be sold to, so they want to be educated on making that purchase decision. So you can provide some great educational information. And then a beautifully designed sales funnel, or, also we call these things ebooks that can provide a great real world printable leave behind that you can mail out to your hot lead follow-up prospects, something that we do and find very effective. All right, video. So 60% of marketers, from the HubSpot study, 60% of marketers found video to be their most effective strategy in 2021. It's just a given. In 2022, your content plan needs to include, your marketing plan needs to include video. Amateur is the new professional. Don't worry about taking videos on your phone. A high quality phone is all you need. You have knowledge to share that people want to know. The tools you need are just that good phone, basically a tripod, and then potentially like a Zoom meeting, someone to coach you through a series of questions. This is a way that we can do that really simply. And another idea for making video manageable is bundle up 3 topics at once, or use a resource like BigOrange Marketing or freelancers to clean up and bundle those for you. Then you want to share those on your YouTube channel. And then from your YouTube channel, share, which is a big search engine, then share it to your own website. Another important tactic for you to consider for your 2022 marketing plan is paid social I'm talking about here. So you're going to add juice to your marketing plans with paid social media in 2022. A lot of agency peers I talk to are requiring paid campaigns as part of all social plans in 2022. It just is needed to get you the reach that you are looking for. Organics, that gives you the reach you're looking for. That's the second point. Content, paid sales funnels all should center around campaigns. So think about how I talked about you possibly want to target financial services firms in the first quarter. Focus your efforts all together on these sort of quarterly campaigns, we'll call them. If you're going after financial services in first quarter, your paid campaign should relate to that. Your sales funnel should relate to that. Keep it all working together, and less is better. If you can do 2 campaigns in 2022, that's great. If you can do 4, even better. If you can do 1, just choose. For MSPs, keep in mind LinkedIn is your primary choice for social and paid social, but be prepared that paid social is paid LinkedIn is a lot more of an awareness than a lead play. And then when you are doing paid social boosting, you should be remembering to boost things that are like sales funnels that will lead to lead capture, so that you're buying an audience from LinkedIn rather than renting an audience from LinkedIn. Google Ads should also be part of your plan. I actually might reverse the order on these and put Google Ads before paid LinkedIn ads. Let me say that these slides are not in order. I would reverse that thought. So highly targeted Google Ads support your overall strategy. For MSPs, competition and pricing is very fierce in Google Ads for some of these high value terms, like $40 per click, really, for things like cloud services solutions, IT service provider. You can use tools like SpyFu, and you can see what your competitors are paying for various terms. So after your website is in place, built for conversions, and optimized to provide high quality scores, meaning the terms you're going to put in your search ads match the terms that are on your page when they get there, and Google gives you a high quality score, which keeps your prices a little lower. Then when you have those things in place, that's a good time to invest. Really, in 2022, plan to spend $2,000 to $3,000 per month to see results. And include, so then also include in your plan those longer tail terms, especially during that longer tail strategy, because you'll have some pages to drive to. Although, realize that some of those terms, if they don't have sufficient search volumes, might not be options for your paid campaign. Last tactic to consider is technology. A robust CRM will pay for itself. You need to remember when you're planning your 2022 budget to budget for that CRM, such as HubSpot, to support your goals. Roughly budget, in the mid-level of contacts, like 1,000 to 7 to 10,000. Do budget like around 900 to 1,600 to support that sales outreach plus marketing automation. Just remember to budget for your technology. And then things like HubSpot training is readily available. So you probably want to put certifications and achieving some certifications like sales software certification, for example, as part of, individuals' goals for the year to make sure you get the most out of that technology investment. Oh, it wasn't my last strategy. So this is the last tactic to look at. Yeah, definitely. Okay, it is the last one. Okay, so non-digital things. Consider sharing your expertise and participating in your community. Like I mentioned, industry trade groups like CPA associations, manufacturing associations, your area chambers, they want to hear from you. You have a lot of knowledge to share. Take time to bundle up a talk or two, which means writing a 1 or 2 paragraph prospectus, what the key takeaways will be. That's probably all you really need to submit your talk to these organizations, and then you can worry about writing the talk when you get accepted. Hopefully there's enough time to do that. Also consider webinars. Keep in mind, you really just have to come up with 10 webinar topics pretty much, and you recycle them annually. And then when you do those webinars, those are the starters of your talks. Then you can recycle them into those talks. Also remember to do off-page things like participating in local awards, which are great for link backs, things like C-suite awards in our area. And then every city has a business journal. Those types of events are very important as well. And they are looking for speakers. All right, step 5 of this plan, and this is a big one, is commit. So now's the time to corral your ideas into a cadence and commit. So start to describe your strategy in 1 to 2 sentences. Start with a 1-page marketing plan. We're going to put an example of that on as a resource on our website. There's always the Entrepreneur Operating System, VTO. It has a section to also document your marketing plan. Highly recommend that. And then a calendar style project plan of what you're going to do first quarter, what's your campaign second quarter, and sort of plan out a year using a calendar. Determine a cadence of content you can support. If it's that 1 post per month, determine a cadence of social. It's 2 posts per week. And what kind of video cadence can you maintain? Create those social and content calendars. Align on what those quarterly campaigns would be as a team. And then do set aside budget to support those items that you put in that project plan in priority, and money and goals, budget, money, and time to support those goals. So put that down, and we will share some resources to templates to start drafting some of those things. So here's your action plan of putting these items back together again. To recap, step number 1, determine your goals. Review your current year numbers and determine goals for 2022. Step number 2, define your target. Clearly define the parameters that make your best customers. Select a few industries to focus on in 2022. Highly recommend this. Assess what worked. Assess your 2021 marketing strategies that drove the most return on investment. And also, this is a time to assess your SEO rankings for key terms and identify some gaps where you can add more content to hit some gaps. Consider all tactics. So then go tactic by tactic, and we'll put that in the spreadsheet. And definitely start with your website. Is that in good order? Is it optimized for search? Do I need to take care of that first? Make that your first quarter or second quarter goal, and then start adding things like the content, the social, the video, the paid campaigns, and then put all those tactics down. And then write down your plan and commit the resources. So, fill out a template like this, keep it simple. Use that template from EOS, the EOS VTO, which I put that in the resources page at the end. And do plan out your year as a project plan, and then budget amounts of the tactics you choose. Okay, so here's a little plug. not sure what to do next and confused, we can always help with a marketing planning strategy session and help you move forward most efficiently. We also offer free, website assessments and consultations on our website if we can be of service. Here's the resources I mentioned for clarifying your message, building a story brand. Highly recommend that. The EOS resources I mentioned, the VTO is available right there. The VTO has in it a section on, writing down your marketing strategy, writing down that ideal target market, writing down your 3 uniques or your value proposition, what makes you different, writing down your proven process, and writing down your guaranteed pledge. So those are some things that the VTO would help you put down. We'll share. Here was a visual of a one-page marketing plan that had a lot of components of what we're looking for. I think we'll adapt that and put it on our blog as well. It was adapted from the business model canvas, which became common property, interestingly. I guess I shouldn't have done that. And so anyone can adapt the business model canvas into any sort of uses that they like. HubSpot's 2022 marketing report is under marketing trends. So that is there as well. Also, ending with our plug of our key differences is working with BigOrange Marketing. You get a team of experts. You get small firm attention, complete management of your marketing off your plate, following our proven blueprint. You get seasoned pros. Some firms you get sold in by the A team and you'll have only junior people delivering, but here we're all pros and we're affordable. We're headquartered in the Midwest and we keep our prices affordable. And we deliver what others promise. Above all, we're honest and we know what needs to get done and we do it, period. So that's the end of my presentation. And hopefully you're still here. I will navigate back and end the recording.